artist struggle for his integrity is a kind of metaphor, must be considered as a metaphor for the struggle which is universal and daily of all human beings on the face of this terrifying globe to get to become human beings. It is not your fault, it is not my fault that I write. I would never become before you in the position of a complete.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Poetry Corner Barbershop Talk, where we have conversation and some poetry. Tonight's subject matter is relationships, drama, and conflict. What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing out there?
Oh, good.
Good evening. Good evening.
All right. So, Poe, man, I'm gonna pass it on to you, my brother. Since been a minute. Welcome back, Poetic.
Good to be back.
Been missed on this show.
Good to be back. Good evening, everybody. First and foremost, welcome to the show. Thank you for being here. We're honored that you took time out your schedule to hang out with us here in the shop talk, as we talk about some items that are pretty much near and dear to maybe all of us, some of us, a few of us, drama people and conflicted people. I mean, is there a difference between drama and conflict? Let's start there. Is there a difference between drama and conflict?
It kind of coincides.
It's called toxic. Period. It's toxic. It's just putting a curtain on a beat up window that a rock got thrown through. However you word it, it still comes down to one word, and that's toxic.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, but
I don't think
not good
conflict
for
has to be drama. Conflict is a natural part of life. You can have a conflict and it not be dramatic. There be no drama. It just depends on how you decide to wield that weapon.
That's true. How you
we cannot agree, and that's fine. We can have conflict. That's natural. That's why there's conflict resolution. Ain't no resolution for drama.
Ain't no resolution for
that's
drama.
True. Yeah, so
but that's the truth. It's the truth.
Because no relationship is going to be perfect. So you're going to have some type of conflict. So it's how you handle the situation. So I agree with that.
Well,
but go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Now, to Melissa's point, if you don't have people who are mature enough to handle conflict, it can turn into drama, which can become toxic. There is a relationship.
There's a bridge. Definitely correlation.
I've been in relationships where I've had sex and it went straight to toxic. It skipped drama. It skipped conflict. So I know it. I was there 5 years. I'm like, whoa.
Yeah.
How y'all jump crazy? How did it jump crazy?
The question I have for you guys is, I know we all been in a relationship that we stayed too long. Why do we do that? When you look back, you be like, what the hell was wrong with me? You know what I'm saying? I should have been left. I'm happier. And I feel like we hold on to situations that's dead for too long and it drains us. Then we finally break free. It's like we are a new person. Like what keeps us around and we're not happy?
I believe it's the age though, too, though. You know what I mean? When you're at a certain age, where you don't have too much understanding and the knowledge and the wisdom. Now if you go through that at an older age, that's a whole different ballpark right there.
Right.
For me, it's mental.
You do have your old heads that been in a relationship, they've been together for 20, 30 years, and it's like they think they don't love each other. They just argue, they fuss, they bicker, and you're like, why y'all stay? But they said they love each other.
Man. Me, it was mental. Mine was mental. I can admit it. I suffer from depression, anxiety, that need of things needing to be the same. I didn't like change for years. For me, change was a threat. I was like, oh man, here we go. I got to change the hair. I got to do this. I got to do that. And for me, it was more mental. I struggled with it because I had mental illness long before I knew about relationships. But I had to learn
Yeah.
this about myself. It's called staying away from men and love healing. That's what it's called,
Mm-hmm.
healing. So that's how I knew I had suffered from trauma. I knew I had suffered from depression, and I was made very well aware about just that mental fair. I don't even know what to call it. What's the wheel, the little thing running on, the little rat? I don't know what they call
Hamster
them.
wheeling.
There you go. I'm
Yeah.
a queen of hamster wheel. Oh man, I invented that thing. I swear. But
What I will say is the reason that people stay too long. There's a number of reasons. One of the main reasons is because there's a hope within the person that's staying that they can change the other person.
Mm-hmm.
The second reason I believe is because the other person just doesn't know how to be by themselves or is using the purpose for what their need is in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I was a kind of man who lived with my mother all my life, and I met a woman who had her own, and we started dating or whatever, and we moved into that space too, or I moved into her space. All I know is my mother's house and her house. I ain't trying to go back to my mama's house. So I'm gonna do
Yeah.
whatever it takes to make sure that I'm good where I am. So I'm going to stay.
Yeah, men good for stability. You know, I know they say a lot of women. I'm gonna say young women probably better men for stability. Mature woman, older woman have her own, and we stay for love. You know, the most of women really stay their children, and I'm guilty of staying for not wanting to start over. So just the fear of having to get to know somebody all over again and open up my heart all over again. So I'm like, I might as well deal with the knucklehead I got because I know him already.
yes,
And
familiar.
that's not a good thing either.
No, it's not.
Because I feel as though a woman definitely can't change him. Can't nobody change body. The way to change, you want to change yourself for yourself. And that's the only way you could change. Because changing is hard. You know, we got habits that we want to get rid of ourselves. It is hard to get rid of things that we want to get rid of ourselves. So how could somebody else think they could just flip us upside down and, you know, make us to what they want us to be? And vice versa. Because we're mostly guilty. We swear we can save and fix a man.
Let's address that question that was just posed. Let me ask you all: if you want something or someone, would who you are just make it happen?
No.
I know for me, if I wanted someone or something as a fire sign, I'm going to make it happen.
I agree. I'm a fire sign. I agree too. I believe everybody can have what they want.
Because think about it. We're talking about what you want. We're talking about what you want, not what you need, but what you want. It's just a matter of the level that you're willing to go through to get what you want.
I agree.
Nope.
Not at all. I agree. Nope.
But I know what mine is, right? I came from a really, really horrible relationship, right? A very terrible relationship. And I knew why I stayed. I stayed for a couple of reasons. One, as women of a certain age, if you grew up in a certain age in a certain area, that's what you do. You stay. That's what you do. That
exactly.
you stay.
We kind of taught to stay.
Whatever, you stay.
You hang.
And then I've always had like was mentioned before, I've always had like issues with self-esteem and self-worth, right? And so it was almost like I felt like I owed him something for wanting to be with me. And so and he knew that, he recognized that. And so that was the nature of the relationship. I loved him and he let me. Right. And that's how it worked. And until there is something innately in you that needs something in return, I can't keep feeding if I'm not eating.
Yeah.
And so that's why I ended up leaving. But I recognize that I am in a space. Most of my friends will tell you, they affectionately say I live in the convent, right? And that's just because it's a defense mechanism, and I recognize it as such. But yeah,
no, I agree with you. It's a no, because the one thing I had a problem with, and I'm just speaking for me, one, my picker was broke. Let's start there. I did not have a good picker. It took me to get graciously mature and be drug enough that my picker started getting better. But my picker was broke. But my thing was too, I realized that I can pour 100% in. I can't make you like me. The thing is, first, you have to like me. And I know I'm not a likable person. See, that's called learning yourself. I know. Yeah, I mean, I'm fire sign. I know I'm controlling. I know.
How many fire signs up here?
It's 3 of us, I believe. Let me get the Aries to put the fingers out.
Hold on.
Aries all day.
Hold on, everybody. Let's go into rotation so we don't overtalk each other and whatnot. Okay. But there's a lot of fire up in this joint. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
With a splash of water. You know what I mean? So
the Aquarius or Pisces? She's Aquarius or Pisces?
Pisces. Yeah.
Y'all dope though. Pisces dope.
So
we just rule it. Fire signs just rule it. Y'all dope.
So Faith, we're gonna start off with you and rotate, you know what I'm saying, around.
Okay.
We go to everybody. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get these things going.
Are we about to start spitting?
Huh?
You put poetry right
now? Yeah. No, but just start spitting some poetry. Hold on. We're gonna take a little intermission on some poetry real quick and then get back to the subject matter and spin the block with the conversation.
Okay.
Too much fire up in here. You know what I mean? We don't need no volcano.
All right. I'm gonna pick something kind of like with our topic, and it's called "Loving the Wrong Man." All right. I simply can't have you as bad as I would love to. It's like falling in love with a vampire, knowing you will take my life. I'm the fire and you're the ice. I will melt you, and then you will put out my flames. You will become water, and I will no longer remain. You're the sweetest poison anyone can taste, the darkest heart with the most beautiful face. You're my strongest desire, my worst fear. It's like screaming I love you can't hear. It's a strange pain I can't really explain. Looking in your eyes, I can read your soul. You're amazing, but you're extremely cold. I have to accept we just don't mix, even though I'm lovesick. Bad as I would love to, I simply can't have you. Loving the wrong man. All right, who next?
All right. Flip it up, throw it up. That's what's up. All right, Rare Epiphany.
Okay. I know lonely, like I know the back of my hand. I spray my body across this king size bed, where ain't no king to be found. There ain't no king to be found. What do you do when the man that says that he loves you still don't want to be with you? What is there to be confused about? How do I make that not about me, about my flaws and lacks, given the fact that not even love is enough? Nigga, love is God. So we saying God ain't enough to make a man choose me over his own insecurities, over you such a good friend of me, over it's not you, it's me, nigga. Please, I don't need another bestie. Another puzzle piece brother wanting me to piece together his puzzle so he can gift his wholeness to some bitch who ain't put in no work, who did not assuage his hurt. didn't take the shirt of her own bruised back to wrap and swaddle his sorrow till it stopped this crying. What is the fucking point of me even trying anymore? Why not just come through the door expecting the title of sis, auntie, homie, because eventually that's who I'll be anyway. A lamp lighting the way to a path that and destination that I ain't. He say, we go hard in the paint. And I say, yeah. And he say, you the pimp into my Jordan. And I say, yeah, but you ain't going home to no small forward. You don't take me off the court. And he don't get it. They never do. So you tell me, what do you do when every man who ever claimed to love you still don't choose you, when not even God is enough and God is love? Nigga, what am I supposed to do with that?
Fire. Fire. I love
it.
Love the vibe. Love the vibe.
Yes, I love it. And you have a beautiful voice.
Yes.
Thank
you. Yes.
Where you at? Where you live at?
I live in ATL.
Oh man.
It would be.
We're gonna come all the way up here. I'm having a showcase. I would have loved to have you. Well, I'm in Philly, but I'm having a showcase in June. With poets, comedian, and one rapper and two singers. It'll have a live entertainment, open bar,
Okay,
stuff like that.
I just left.
Y'all be doing something like that once a month.
Okay, yeah, wow. We just did a show in Albany, and I did something at October Gallery a little while ago. So yeah, I'll be around.
All right, we gotta hook up because I would love to have you.
Thank you.
All right. Well,
okay, Miss Melissa.
Melissa MC.
All right, y'all. This is an oldie but goodie, but I stay true to it. I stopped putting pen to paper. I found I was just writing lies. It was all fantasy of what I felt inside. It didn't move me. It didn't seem important at the time. But I didn't know that everything I was writing really did have a rhyme. Rhyme, reason, makes no sense. But that seems to be the world that I live in. Society comes for me from every side, but I refuse to let my God or anybody else push me to that side. I keep holding on, waiting for the great and the good, but then I found out this man was just from the hood. He was no different from me. We lived the same life, drugs, hustle, hard life. I still tried to love him through his pain, but I hadn't worked on mine, so we just clashed and the pain was the same. The numbing of the alcohol, the drugs didn't do it. The short dresses didn't make me nor help me get through it. I gave away what God had given to me because I found it so easy to open my legs and just be free, throw my head back and forget I was me. It was easy to let you get inside me because everything I felt was truly ecstasy. But when I stood on my feet and my underwear came up, I realized that you just wasn't enough. So I stopped putting pen to paper for quite a while because I didn't want to read my own lies, especially in my handwriting or my style. Because fantasy was my first drug before sex ever was. Life became the humbleness that it broke me to be. But I'm trying to find me. I'm still trying to find he. I don't know where he at, but I need him to be the man that I hope and pray he could possibly be.
Oh, beautiful. Okay. Okay, beautiful.
All right. That's what's up. Oh, I see we have Jazzy Sky in the building.
Hi, y'all. It's been
it's been a long time, cuz.
I know. Well, and then I got the notification. I was like, let me listen. And then I was like, oh, y'all was talking about some stuff. I was like, I got to get in. I'm home.
Well, we're going to spin the block with the conversation and whatnot, but right now we tapping into a little poetry.
Okay, I got you. I'm here for
it. So it's on you.
She's like, not that quick.
All right, no.
That face was priceless.
I know. Poe, you want to jump in real quick, Poe, and then we go back to Jazzy?
Yeah, I go.
Because I ain't going to put you on the spot like that.
I know that's right, Queen.
All right, Poe.
This piece is called The Taste of Her Poetry. She is my poetry, but just know only I can taste her words. Some may deem me to be the nerd of nerds. Well, I like that title. Because I can stimulate her in ways you simply just can't because your mind sits idle. While my thoughts ravish more than her poetry, I create this stimulating symmetry where she can rest in her femininity. As my verbs adorn her with the halo of divinity, exploring her chest cavity, you know where her heart resides, giving pure clarity. That I'm her chosen forever, seeking words of affirmation because it's her and I never allow the choices of this mere man degrade her as a woman. You see, I'm sucking on her nouns. Her verbs begin to get more and more stimulated from the moaning sounds while I begin massaging her pituitary gland, relaxing and rotating her sexual appetite from the crown of her head right down to the sole of her feet. Our kiss is where we meet. And my God, her words taste like some delicious milk chocolate. The poetry in her exhale gives me life to never be late. Because when she says, Daddy, taste your poetry, I melt into a literary frenzy, creating a new dictionary, hoping I get to play Pictionary with the creativity of her poetry I've tasted. No noun, verb, adjective, predicate, pronoun will be wasted. Because I just want to be the canvas she uses to create a masterpiece within her words. She's more than my muse. That's that piece.
Okay.
All right. That's
hey, okay.
Thank you.
You ready, Jazz?
Yes.
All right.
So I'm gonna do a piece called "I Tried," and this is basically about trying to love someone who's not ready for love. I tried. I tried to love him, but his force was too strong. His hurt, his pain, his stress, and everything that went wrong. And I know some of you weren't loved like you were supposed to. That your mother loved her pipe more than she loved you. And that daddy didn't come home from the store like he was supposed to. So I made sure to call him king when I knew he was weak. I tried to understand him when he didn't speak. A pure love untouched that was tested by his doubts. How could she love me? What is this truly about? I tried to make our present days and our tomorrow a new future, but I was dealing with a heavily broken creature, and I was giving all my energy into him. Tried to show him the love that I had within, but I was defeated. The harder I loved, the more I was mistreated. His pain made my face stain with tears he couldn't cry himself. There was no warning beforehand. He moved into my heart with self, crippling my vision of love and romance, questioning did my love to his brokenness stand a chance. He never viewed me for who I was or who I declared to be. And all I needed was for him to trust me. But he kept his heart. The only thing he had left hidden so deep it wasn't in his reach. He was delicate but hard and stubborn to teach. So I had to let go. For if I remained holding on, he would take me with him. And it was hard to say goodbye. A part of me was still wishing that we made it to our happily ever after instead of an aborted mission. Kings, there are still queens that need crowning. And that comes from you. All that we ask is to let us fucking love you. Peace.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's what's up.
That's what's up.
We in the building tonight. All right.
Okay, King.
This piece I title Only Natural. You said I couldn't have you, but here's a question that I ask you. What does it take to move your spirit to align with mine's? Is it the words that I speak, that I place action behind, or the little things that I do when I'm exploring your mind? May I whisper in your ear, something to clear the air? Can I bring you to a place that I keep secret, far or near? It's the personality of my fondest, honest thoughts, sent from a true and living heart that only wished to start. While I look inside your eyes and smile hard just because what isn't can become a different love after a buzz. An idea can appear from what is expressed beyond the chest. A beautiful union can be formed with happiness when souls connect. With no expectation high, I only want a piece of you. First the mental, then the physical. If we bond, that's passion fruit. As one, we become the meaning of fun when we begin. Start as friends and then begin a relationship to win. King.
That's that piece.
That's it.
Thank you.
Yes, sir, bro.
All right. Now we're gonna spin the block back with the conversation. We're gonna take it from the top and then swing it all the way around and whatnot. All right, coach. You know what I mean? Let's get it.
I mean, drama, conflict, relationships. Somebody brought the element of toxicity. I mean, let me ask this question. Have you ever had a relationship where there was no drama, where there was no conflict?
Melissa?
Yes, I have. At that moment, that was the most beautiful relationship I had been in. It was easy. There was no pressure. We didn't have to be anybody but ourselves. I was in my 20s. I was a free spirit. And I'm going to give y'all the boom. He was married. But it was the best. You asked, I told the truth. That's my truth. He was married. I had my freedom. The finances were there. All of that was there. And in my mind at that time, it was not toxic. It took me to grow up. And now, oh boy, I would never want another woman to do that to me. At that time, I was young. It didn't matter. I was a free will. I had no kids. Everything was still in the upright position. You know, gravity hadn't pulled anything down. Oh, man. But yeah, I have been in a toxic, drama-free relationship. Even when he wasn't married, I had one. He passed away. That was probably the that was the real last relationship I was in. It was easy. He loved me and all my mess. I was 300 pounds. I refused to do anything about it. I wasn't trying to feed. He just poured into me until I got better. But God saw a bigger plan for him. So yeah, he went home and I'll never love like that again. I do know that.
Oh wow.
Okay, that's what's up. Feel you. Ray Epiphany.
I can say a good 85 to 90% of relationships I've been in have been drama free. I'm just not a drama filled person. I'm at the point I have been for a long time of where if I love you, I want you happy. And if I am not where you are happy, then I'm gonna release you so you can go be happy. I'm gonna do that before I argue, fight. I don't raise my voice. We don't fight. We don't argue. And if that's what somebody's looking for, they're gonna have to go somewhere else for that because I don't do that. I like to see people as people and not as belongings. So I have the rare thing of most of the guys I've ever dated, if they're married, I probably introduce them to their wives. I probably sang at their weddings. Because sometimes if something is not for you, it doesn't make that thing bad. It just means it's not for you.
Yeah.
And having to look past that at the human being. And if we can't act like decent human beings, then I don't want it. That's the water sign in me. I need peace. I had enough craziness before that. And even in my most toxic relationship, there was no drama because I'm just not going to do it. I'm just not. It's not how I'm built.
All right. I feel you on that. All right, Miss Faith.
No drama. Okay. Well, my first love, teenager, but it had a little bit of drama. I'm gonna say there's one guy I was dating, and I'm gonna say he was like a perfect match. Like literally, the conversation was good. He was family orientated. He was a Christian. He go to church, but he still chilled. He wasn't like, too holy, but he wasn't too sinful either. everything was just perfect. But, you know, he wanted to marry me. But at the time, I was a single mother, and I also had 3 of my cousin kids at the time. I had custody of them because the parents were on drugs. So he wanted me and the kids to move with him. And, you know, he made good money and everything. I just didn't want to be a burden on him. And I let him go because I felt as though it was too much to be putting on somebody's plate. But he was willing to take it, you know, but yeah, and it was really, I always think back like, damn, maybe I should have went, but you know, yeah. So that's on everybody else. I'm gonna say I really didn't have drama. I just couldn't ever get with somebody that was committed. In the beginning, they everything, and then you know you get it's the honeymoon stage, the butterflies, and it seems so perfect. But then when the real them show up, and I can't, you know, I'm an Aries. I can't share. You know, I can't share your smile, your laugh, yet alone your penis. So I would dismiss you and keep it pushing. But just one good relationship that I had gave up on my own. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Y'all some honest folks tonight.
Yeah, it's
Jazzy.
sad, but it's
Yeah.
Everybody
true.
coming clean.
Yeah, he
Jazzy
called me the day
Sky.
before his wedding and was like, you know, it'll be you, Miss Brown. I was like, I know, but
So, what's your take on that, Jazz?
So I would say the only, my kid's father, horrible. My ex-fiance, who I decided to pick up and leave, completely toxic. So I had to like leave states, like pack up truck, pack up the kids, and get far away from him. Who actually called me about 5 days ago, let me know that he was in South Carolina. Good for you. If you're watching, good for you. Continue. And it felt good to not fall back into so you want to come see me? I know that's what he was waiting for, but no. But I would say my only relationship that didn't even make it to a relationship. It was weird because I've never, when they say some people are in your life for a reason or a season, I feel that he was definitely a reason, even though it was a season, to teach me that it's okay, that I can't be treated like the queen, princess, female I am. Like that was the first time with a male who I mean, not that I don't know why I said with a male. It was the first time being with a man who I was okay with being. I got to be soft. I got to be feminine. I got to be a lady wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
If I was having a bad day and I felt like crying, he was like, he taught me the word unpack. He would be like, okay, let's sit, let's talk about this, let's unpack these feelings you have. Anybody else is like, why are you such a crybaby? They're gonna you or da 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 da. And open doors, and we can go to a restaurant. Like he learned, like if I change my eyelashes, he was like, "Oh, you change your eyelashes? Those are pretty." You know, so it was hard for me. It was crazy as he was in the middle of going through our bad divorce. And we were really just friends because I don't mess, just my thing. And we just ended up being really good friends that led into something else. So even though I was ready to fall in love and say I do, I was waiting to be married, he wasn't there yet because he was still hurt. So even though it wasn't a full relationship, I appreciate him. I still love him to this day. We're still very cool. But yeah, it was like a whole year of, like, I'm talking about love language. He catered to every need that a female. I was seeing. So now I have like this high stand. Like, okay, I'm like, okay, they're out there. He just wasn't for me, and I had to accept that. But yeah, if we was in a relationship in my head, we was definitely
okay, y'all turn then.
My man. But yeah, because we traveled, he just, like, my love language was like touch. So it was one time, so he knew this person was aggravating my soul, and it was a small thing as him just taking his thumb and kind of putting it up my sleeve and like rubbing my hand like this to like calm me down, like, it's okay, you got this. And I was like, so it wasn't a full relationship. We was married, but he didn't know it. But yeah, so I knew it doesn't exist, and that's what I went. The age I'm at now, I don't care. I'm just not accepting any less.
Yeah, that's what happens when you get somebody to treat you so good. It's like anybody else come, you like, man, if you don't get out of here. And what I'm talking about when I say romantic, ladies, he opened the doors not just for me, for other women that came by. So I know it wasn't a front. It was just that's how he is. And match my clothes. Like if I had my clothes out, I come back out the bathroom. He got his clothes out. We matching. Just it was. I regret.
What's it about calling him? Like, listen, she ready now.
How about that?
No, he got bagged. He wifed up. So we friends.
Don't be calling him. Take it from me. Don't call him.
I believe in karma. I don't want no parts.
Right.
Yeah, I want no parts. And plus, I want my own. You know.
Oh, you gonna put me on the spot, huh?
I mean,
I've had my fair share. You know what I mean? You know what they say, it takes two to tango. You know us Leos and when I
oh Lord, playing from the Himalayan.
Oh, please stop.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
Them
I like to play around in the jungle. Yo, you know what got me in trouble? Everything starts off very well until those little flirtatious ways come about. You know what I'm saying? I'll give a woman a look, she give a smile, I smile back, and then it's like, what was that all about? So I became a little janky during the end of relationships and whatnot. And then sometimes I just sabotage the whole shit when I finally want to be there. You know what I mean? So those are my younger years. You know what I mean? So I had to learn to grow, gain more knowledge and wisdom, communication, and just be right there. You know what I mean? Even towards like with the ex-wife, you know what I mean? That just became toxic. So it was like, yo, you got to get the fuck up out of here with that. You know what I mean? So, and like the previous conversation earlier, you know, the conflict leads to drama. The drama leads to toxic situation. Boom. Yeah. That's why it's called the X. You know what I mean? The X factor. Yeah. I'm a dude on that. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever think you can take advantage of a Leo.
So you never had a relationship that was drama free?
I did.
And I'm saying in the beginning it was, you know what I mean, drama free and everything. But you know what happens?
Everybody's when
you allow other people into your business, and I ain't saying nothing about like women, but I'm just saying
that's true.
Friends, that's true, family, and stuff.
Very true.
The girlfriends or your associates, they get jealous of what you have going on.
And let's say women don't realize it till afterwards.
Well, stop telling them too much of your business on that, because they got that hidden jealousy on that. Oh, you got that going on. Oh, you got, you know, they talking to other ones. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's how maybe I need to pick them better. You know what I'm saying? That was one of my problems.
Pick being broke. I told you my pick was broke for years. I just love crazy.
But that's like I said, that was the younger years. You know what I'm saying? So you had to grow and learn. You know what I mean? So if a woman ain't got too many friends, that's all right with me. You know what I mean? I'm your best friend.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like that.
Yeah, so you know, trial and tribulations. You know what I mean? But I'm a single dude out
trial and error.
I'm a single dude out here in this world now. So
did you just promote yourself?
I'm back on the market.
You on the market. That's what I say. You just promoted yourself. That's all right.
Yeah, so it'd be like that though. So, brother Poe.
Yeah.
Don't think you're gonna skate off.
I would tell you this. The only drama-free relationships I've had are the ones that never became intimate.
Wow.
Let me say that again. The only drama-free relationships I had were the ones that never became intimate.
Well, that don't count.
That's because they were friends.
Because you didn't give your all, and she didn't give her all, because y'all didn't connect.
No, I had a whole girlfriend, but I never became intimate with.
How long
did y'all date?
About it. We dated for like 2 years. We dated for
like was she a nun?
No.
Did you wait for her?
No.
Well then.
First of all, don't be attacking. Don't be attacking the celibate people.
I did not want to engage in that with her because of how much I respected her.
You knew you wasn't ready for what she was ready for, so you didn't take it there.
I didn't take it there.
Yeah. Well, that was love.
Yeah, it was real. That was real,
bro.
That was love for real.
I don't know why men show up, and it's so funny. And I'm finding, especially with online dating, I'm finding that I've talked to people, and it's like if they have an online dating friend and they meet in the evenings, it's immediately conceived that they're going to get some. Because in their mind, okay, we just met online. We done did the lust thing over the phone, so now it's time. But at the end of the day, I feel like you need to know what you're coming in to look for. In a relationship, if I'm going to go online and meet somebody, I straight up tell you, I'm looking for intimacy. I'm looking for trust. I need to tell you what I need so there will be no confusion when I block you. I mean, it's.
But you got to be careful with that, because sometimes us as women, we tell a man what we all our likes and all our desires and what we want, and then they become the things that we, say that we want and desire, and that's not who they really are. So sometimes we just got to see what the man bringing to the table. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At this point in society, I believe after COVID and people having to be alone, I'm finding that men and women are more genuine. They're getting to the point. Everybody's tired of playing. Ain't nobody playing but kids no more. Real adults
Them
get
older heads
the
is playing,
exact
girl. These
nature.
older heads out here
Keyword.
playing.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Don't talk about us. Don't talk about us. We're 50.
Hold on.
I am 55 and 5. I am 55
Yes, you are.
What's
Yes,
your age frame for old head? Let's hear it. What's your age frame for old head? Let me hear it.
Anybody 50 with bad behavior? I'm 55 and I still have bad behavior.
I'm not asking you, Melissa. I'm asking Faith.
Oh, I'm an old head.
What's the age range? What's the age range you consider old head?
Honestly, I didn't consider myself an old head until my birthday. So I just turned 45. I'm 45 years old, and I feel as though I'm officially an old head. I know what I want.
45.
I ain't playing no. I'm 45 years old.
Not saying you consider yourself an old head.
I am an old head. I'm wise. I'm intelligent. I've been through a lot. I'm an OG. I ain't no old woman.
I'll be 52, and I don't consider myself an old head.
I'm great to say.
I'm not no old woman, but I'm an OG. I like that.
Saying.
Y'all see this gray? I earned it. You know.
That's cool. I earned all of this gray.
Yes, I turned mine white. It turned so gray.
I just tell people I give them a range. I'm in my 50s. I'm good with that.
Well, I didn't hear
Seasons.
At 49, I don't consider myself an old head. I do consider myself a wise.
Well, old head is not a bad thing.
No, season. You're seasoned for a reason.
Season.
Yeah, season.
Yeah. Like,
that's a better word for it. We become more seasoned.
And I'm proud of it. I'm like, look, it is what it is.
I am marinated. That thing is still moist.
Marinated. Yes.
It's still moist.
Don't sit all quiet.
I'm
about to be 42.
You know, when you're an old head, it's like any mistakes you make from like 40. I'm gonna say 45 and that is like it's on you. It's really on you because you know better. Just 10 minutes in a conversation with the opposite sex let you know if you could date them, if they just your friend, or you don't want to hear from them again, or you just want to have sex. Like these things already. Like in 10 minutes in a conversation. So it's like you can't really make too many mistakes when you become an OG unless you choose to. When you want to ignore the red flags. Put it like that.
I can't agree with that because 10 minutes into the conversation, you still talking to the representative.
No, that's my whole point right there. Like when I meet a man, I don't, I guess we all kind of come with a representative because we extra nice women. We don't show that feisty side of us till later. But I kind of myself. I'm definitely what you see is what you get.
Oh no! Nah. All you gotta do is tell me your sign, and I can tell you all about you. So you can act like you. All you gotta do
I'm an Aries. Aries. We very outspoken. We blunt.
Absolutely.
We can't be fake.
Absolutely.
We silly, loving. Got a bad temper if you bring it out of us. We very sexual.
Let me ask a question, man. Jazz, how you feel about that whole thing? When do you old head or whichever, like
I'm still learning. I'm still earning my stripes. I'll be 42. So I'm a baby old head.
Yeah.
But I feel
But you
mentally,
woke
I just
though.
feel like
She's woke.
I'm different. Huh?
40, you
Seasoned.
woke. I said you woke, girl.
She said a baby old head. I like that.
I'm a
She said
baby.
a
I'm a baby
baby
tiger.
old head.
I'm a baby tiger. You know, like I'm just getting into the full.
Well, Rich, I'm a baby tiger.
I'm a baby tiger. You know, I'm out here.
Yes.
I don't know. Something happened to me, guys. I mean, at 45, I don't know what it was. When I turned 45, it was like I got to sleep with everybody. And then I turned 50, and it was like, I'm going to be a virtuous woman. And I just turned 55 in March, and I'm not sure if I'm going to have a gay summer or not.
Yeah.
Why y'all look amazed? I'm being honest. I'm still not sure yet. I've never been with a woman. Yes, I've never been with a woman, but for whatever reason, I'm feeling like I would be a good candidate to go on trips with and take great pictures.
These fire signs, I tell you.
45 makes me want to travel more. I want it to be more about me, because especially being an Aries, we nurturers, we take care of everybody around us, and we love so hard. But I want to be selfish. I'm at 40. I'm like, look, I got a good heart and all that. But I want to spoil me. I want to do whatever my heart desire. I feel like, we don't know our expiration date. And I don't want to live with no regrets. I just want to enjoy life, live a healthy life, a loving life, and do whatever the fuck I want to do.
But I have a question.
Excuse my French.
How do you escape the conflict that leads to drama that becomes toxic? How do you escape out of that when you're moving about in the world like that, around different people?
Setting boundaries.
Yeah.
And how do you set those boundaries?
With your mouth. I think that's one of the things, even being a young tiger and all. I learned to say no. I learned to say no, that it's okay to say no. And even in the dating world, like I'm quick, instead of ignoring people or blocking somebody, I will let you know why. Like, or I'll just tell you this is not going to work for me. This is not going to work for me. I think we should communicate with other people, or I don't want to. Like, people have a hard time with being told no. And that's it. And stick with it. So even with jobs, friends, creating a life so that you don't have to be anybody else's doormat. So I think it comes with focusing on you more, and being selfish is okay, because I'm supposed to, if anybody else in this world is going to protect me, my heart, my mind, my soul, it's going to be me.
Yeah.
So I have to watch what I put in. It's like turning into like a human ATM machine. You can't, if you're not making any deposits, you can't do no withdrawal.
Yep, I agree. Yeah, because you get drained. You get drained.
Oh yeah, and it ages you. For women, I at least for women, speaking for me, I know when I'm not in a good relationship because I get the puffiness under my eyes. I get the drags because that means I'm not resting my mind, my body, nor my spirit. Yeah. When I lay down, I feel like it go back to the old gospel song. When I lay down, I feel like I lay my burdens down. And when I get up the next day, it's a whole new day.
Yep.
But so much is required and so much is asked.
All right. Ray Epiphany, how do you feel about this whole in-between thing?
You know what? I think, going through my 40s, I'm in my 50s now. The thing that
you look good.
Thank you. The thing that taught me wasn't necessarily the age. I am a 2-time cancer survivor, right?
Okay.
And there is nothing like facing your mortality, having to write out that living will, having to figure out where your child is going to go, that kind of stuff. that when you are clear, like I've been in remission 3 years, one of the key things was I'm going to do everything I'm big and bad enough to do. And I just spoke at a graduation, and what I told those kids was, I said, everybody will always tell you you can be anything you want to be. I'm here to tell you you can be everything you want to be. So when people are like you hustle, like I'm not home now, I'm in North Carolina. I travel constantly. I'm a corporate executive, but I work from home. So I drag this laptop with me and I work from wherever I am. I just left New York, then I came here. As soon as I get back to Atlanta, I got to head out to Florida. My son just signed with a new label. We're heading out to Cali. I go wherever, I do whatever. I do. I have the music business. I have the poetry business. I have my books. I'm a caterer. I'm fulfilling myself. I spent my whole
about to sure you ain't no Aries.
My whole
Where
life.
are you in North Carolina? I'm in North Carolina. I'm in Greensboro.
Right now, I'm in LaGrange.
Oh, you're in the woods. Yeah.
Yes, I grew up here. I'm between Princeton and Goldsboro. But yeah, it's very much once I took the focus off other people, right? I spent my whole life taking care of people. I spent my whole life shape shifting and morphing into what I thought other people needed me to be. And I forgot about me. I taught people how to disregard me because I disregarded me. You teach people how to love you when you don't love you. They don't have to respect you when you don't respect you. Right. And so how do I expect you to respect my boundaries when I don't respect my boundaries? So what I had to do was I had to figure out, what do you want, Rare? And I go for that. And my thing is I joke with people because they always say, like, when I say I live in the convent, right? I was like, here's the thing, I don't actively date. And when I say I don't actively date, that means I ain't no site, I ain't looking for nobody, I ain't checking for nobody or whatever. But what happens is things authentically happen. I have great friendships. I never dated in my life. I never dated when I got married. I ain't never date. I had friends, and the friendship just extended into something else. And if I don't like you, and if I'm not friends with you, then I don't have no interest in being nothing else with you. So if I'm open to love, if love happens, I'm open to loving me if it don't.
I know that's right.
Once you get into a resigned place of being secure in who you are, then you can let that drama roll off like a duck's back. You know what it is at this age, what you're gonna tolerate and what you're not.
Yeah, and you said something that caught me. You said that you was teaching people, how to treat you, basically when you would treat yourself, that made them treat you a certain type of way. See, I was the opposite. I was taught that I was last. Like, I was taught to cater to everyone. So growing up, that's what I did, and I put me last. I was steady trying to convince, family members and friends, like, love me. I'm raising my hand when y'all don't even deserve my love, but I wasn't aware because I was taught to please everyone. And that's something I had to learn when I turned 40. It's like you open your eyes and you see, I'm doing all this pouring and nobody's pouring into me. Only one pouring into me is God. I go to bed drained and I got to get refilled by him and restored by him. And then I still got everybody pulling on my energy, and I had to cut that off. If you're not, I still will help you for emergency cases and all that. But me coming to your every whim, and just forgetting me and giving up my last and not getting it back and all things like that, that's done with. You really, like you said, you teach people how to treat you. And me, myself, I was taught that I was last. So I put people before me. Thank
I
God that's
admire
over
you
with.
for that. I admire you for that because I still struggle with that. I don't know about you guys, but I'm a grandmother, and my daughter is single, and I just don't want the cycle for her. So I try to share the information I have, but one thing I learned, I can't protect anyone from pain, especially when you sign up for it. But I understand that giving till you just collapse somewhere.
Yeah.
That's what's up, ladies. Appreciate that. Well, we're gonna flip to this last round of some poetry. Click, subscribe to the channel, share with others. Poetry Corner. So we're gonna go right around the house. Rare Epiphany.
Okay.
Okay. I just want to see how beautiful you are. You know that I see it. I know you're a star. Where you go, I'll follow, no matter how far. If life is a movie, then you're the best part. I love you like raindrop on thirsty earth. Sink into you. I'm cool to your heat meet, thirst with satisfaction, kiss ashen till passion blooms. I love you like echo, repeating into the ethos and the ether. Either way, I reciprocate continually. Your love for me, ripple like river when you are stone thrown into my depths. I reflect in waves. I love you like poet loves pen, like bullets love black skin, like acquittals love guilty cops, and fear loves traffic stops involving unarmed black men. I love you like end, only to begin again, like remember when, like we break, we mend, like we pretend not to see these cracks, like we lose track of the tracks of tears, like how did we get here? But we ain't going nowhere. I love you like hair, tangled in knots, locked like complicated and beautiful, like hands not dutiful enough to take it loose, like refuse to, like you gonna have to cut me off to be set free, like you gonna have to shed me and grow something wild, unknown and new. But I love you like something wild, unknown and new, like glue, like stuck on you, like something to hold on to when things start falling apart, like anchor and chart to hold you steady and mark new pathways in this ocean called life. I love you like my life depends on it, and honestly it does. I love you like love is still enough, like crossed fingers and a kiss for luck. And I pray that love, you love me like the same.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Beautiful.
All right. That's what's up, Red. All right, Melissa. We here.
All right. Here we go. My one night stand became my man. It took me one night to be in true delight. I found you to touch me right. Everything you said that night made my life all right. I took it, I ran with it. I didn't analyze it because I was afraid that the real you would take my life. So I loved my one night stand that night. As I laid on my belly and parted my legs, I understood my one night stand only had one thing to say. And at the end of that night, when we cuddled and we held each other tight and we understood ecstasy beyond words, the one thing he forgot to ask me was, what was my name and how I had the nerve.
Beautiful. Oh.
What's your name?
Yes.
What's your name? Right.
Like I ain't gonna tell you. You ain't asked.
That's what's up. Right. All right, Faith.
Oh, me next.
What you got for me, girl?
Okay. This one is called Mixed Emotions. That toxic relationship we were talking about all night. I'm having mixed emotions, just hurt and confused, thinking if you really loved me or was I being used. My mind and body left you, but my heart won't break you loose. Now I'm not sure what's my next move. I know I'm tired of crying and exhausted from fussing and fighting and really ready for a change. But I'll be lying if I said my heart don't flutter every time I hear your name. I know I deserve better. I want and need so much more. It killed me to the core to walk out that door. I didn't think I had the strength because you're my weakness, but I did, and I'm hurting. That's no secret. My heart tells me to hold on a little longer, but my mind tells me that it's over, and your brain is more stronger. I was unhappy, and I settled just to be loved by you. And no matter my love, loyalty, or support, nothing would do. Damn, I'm having mixed emotions because I can't go back to living like that. But I'm sick without you, and that's pure facts. How can my heart love pain? I gotta be borderline insane because I know in my heart you will never change. Got me listening to I Wish It Would Rain, shaking my head. I'm mad at me. I don't know how I let it get this deep. I'm an awesome lady, beautiful, strong, smart, loyal, and sexy. God showed out when he made me. I don't understand what went wrong, but I know I stayed around too damn long. Maybe I was too much for you to handle. I just know I don't want to end up on no ID channel. Even though it's killing me for us to be apart, I have to deal with my broken heart. By Faith Brown.
That
That's
ID channel.
All right.
Thank you.
That's what's up. That is what's up. We return back to Jazzy.
Dang, so y'all went two ways. I was like, do I want to be fresh or do I want to talk about toxicity?
Be
Toxic
fresh, because I was going to pull out fresh, but I ain't pulling out with fresh.
It's okay.
Be
okay.
Do it.
It was at hello that I knew I wanted to sit on your face. I wanted to ask you your place or my place, but I didn't. I was trying to stay away from ratchet girl decisions, but it is what it is, and I want to give you this fix. And why? Why do I see meat and not marry? Why do I see this nigga and not daddy? Because my fuckboy radar will not allow me. Yeah, you fine. But y'all, I will fuck you good, but fuck you over order is divine, and I just don't got time. And sir, miss me with the baby, you don't know me dialect. There's no reason for the situation to have a butterfly effect. I just want you inside. Where it's warm and creamy, not thinking and dreamy, aka my pussy, not my mind. Because like I said, I don't got time. And if I had the option of what kind of D I want you to give me, I don't want it to where I'll get mad and pull up if you don't answer my call, because that's the dick. That's the dick that makes you fall in love. And I'm good with that. As a matter of fact, give it to me from the back. No face, no case means no chase, no grace. So again, my place or your place? I mean, which hotel? Because I don't need your presence lingering in my bedroom or your scent on my pillow, because God knows, looks like you put in work, having me calling out of work. Yeah, no time for that. We ain't even got to go that far. Take me to your car, and yeah, I know I'm a big girl. I will hold my breath if you hold my legs. Just not all the way to my breath. Hurry up, because I know a hello. Peace.
Okay. Girl, you had me sipping like, what happened?
Roll.
Yeah, like, what happened? You had to go there. Like, hey, do yeah. Go.
Which hoe? Tail.
I need another drink now.
Right.
See, girl.
It be like that sometimes.
That's what we do. Okay.
Men don't think that women, get like that, like how they move. We just don't act on it, but we have desires.
So, sometimes I just want to, like.
I always said before I get too old,
right. I don't think
I never had a
get
raunchy.
When you with your
homegirl,
we be like, what you think? He gotta. Yeah, we think just like that too. We be wanting to take y'all home.
We see something like.
I hang with a group of poets known as the Honey Drippers, so I know how women can get. Isn't that right, Rare?
Amen and amen. What happens on a honey dripper trip?
Oh,
stay on a honey dripper trip.
Okay.
All right, Poe. What you got for them, Poe?
All right. This piece is called "She's Touching Me." Don't just touch me. Touch me with your soul, but specifically in such a way that I feel your heart's fingertips run across my bottom lip that quivers as the layers of love just strips away with gratification, mixed with heightened personification, that you absolutely adore me, that you absolutely crave me. So don't just touch me. Grab me with each beat of your heart's pulse that pleases me. When the world decides to discard me and my emotions, you remind me that, Black man, I'm your number one promoter with a full range of worded and physical motions. To let you know that, baby, I got your back. Embrace me in your loving arms, warding off any demonic attack. Let me feel the nakedness of your deity. Clothe me in the bosom of your pulchritude as you see me. Don't just touch me physically. Touch me with your whole attitude that makes me say, really? When I look at you and come to the realization that you are for me and not against me like civilization, and my core being has begun seeing just how you touch me so. All I know is my mental climax is creaming while my orgasm is screaming, baby, baby, please don't ever stop touching me. don't ever stop touching me.
Okay.
You almost made me touch myself.
It was the
I was
pulchritude
well
for
on
me.
my way
Right.
to rubbing my own lip. I'm like, ooh.
For real.
You had me a
Y'all
pulchritude.
starting
I
trouble
can't.
tonight. What's
Don't break
going
out the
I
on?
know y'all
guitar
done
card
sparked
for
the
me.
fuse tonight.
Your turn, King.
Yeah.
Guitar song.
King?
Yes.
All right, this piece is titled Next to You.
Okay.
Back again on the weekend, speaking to your insides, wondering if my invitation is valid to get you open. While you're sitting there contemplating all the ways that feel good, here's a whisper to consider what's meant for you to have. Allow yourself the real pleasure that you want while I am here. I'm so locked inside your love belt that desire is wired. Here's my elixir that'll fix your taste buds from below. Allow my mouth to resurrect that purified happiness. As I continue to kiss between your inner thighs, enjoy the high. Take your time sipping on that tonic from me to you. This position of ascension is soul to soul upon your roll. This is an energy transfer that is worth more than some marriages. Relax your body upward as your back press my chest. While my fingers massage your love nest, your heartbeat is irregular. For right now, we are good on this finale until next time. This is another part of me from the Lord and Divine King.
Okay.
Oh, it is.
Bro.
I have a question for us before we shut out for everybody. I would like to know. Okay. You know how the relationship going good, y'all fall in love, y'all both have connection, everything like that. When it gets sour, like far as one person, always take one person to go astray. It could be the male or the female. We all know that. But you know what are we not doing as a people, as a person to, like, say if I want to step out, I'm gonna just say if I'm in a relationship and it's not that I want to step out, I'm getting bored because I feel as though men cheat because they have opportunity, in my opinion. You know, the opportunity presents itself. A man can have an awesome woman, good sex, cook, clean, all that, and he will step out. A woman, if she cheat, is like for affection, for attention, or something for money. You want to keep it real. What keeps you, like, what can stop it from, like, how I say it, temptation? Like, what could overpower to make you not step out? Like, men and women.
You ready?
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you
ready?
love this person, you're not even like, okay, say if they get caught cheating, a man going crazy because he wants his wife, or if the woman get caught cheating, she's like, baby, please forgive me. What in our human nature that makes us make that decision to hurt the person that we love, to jeopardize losing them that we love, and losing everything that we have, like losing something you love for something you like? I would like to know that. Like,
you want to know what that is? It's one word. One word. It's called selfish. Selfish.
You took the word out my mouth because I was
I'm
getting ready to say inconsiderate.
You know? Selfish. Because here's the thing. We are not mature enough to be able to communicate with one another that when we're having those temptive thoughts, those temptive desires, to bring it to our partner to talk about it.
Yes.
Because we as a community have not been brought up and shown how effective communication looks in those moments to be able to be okay with that happening. Because let's be real. All the people on this planet and the person that you're with may not be more attractive than the person that you see tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe the person that you see tomorrow just has something about them that sparks your interest. In that moment, you should come home like, baby, I need to have a real conversation with you. This happened today. And I don't know where it came from. I don't know why, but it happened. And I felt this way. The problem is the other person is ready to jump to the defense. Oh, what, you want that person? You want that other person? That's what you like? That's always the defense in us to go to.
Yeah, that's true.
As a woman,
instead of Let's sit down and talk about why you felt that way. What was it about that person that made you feel that?
Yeah, like I've been thinking, like, I'm a very faithful woman, and temptation can come to somebody I'm attracted to. Attraction, you can't help attraction, but you can help pulling down your drawers. You can help giving out your number. You can help, enticing that attraction. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I think that cheating is a choice.
It is.
I believe cheating is a choice, just like being faithful is a choice. Absolutely. And I always say you have to love me enough to be faithful to me. Because, just like you can step out, I can step out too, but I choose to be faithful,
Absolutely.
And I just be seeing good couples that have been together a long time, love each other. And I don't know if the person get bored or, it loses its fizz. And then they go out and they get that excitement, but don't want to let go of the one they got at home at all. They want their cake and eat it too. It's not making sense.
But there's still a conversation. That's still communication. Let me tell you something. One of my favorite songs. One of my favorite songs is by a woman named Elizabeth Withers, and the title is "Be With You." And in that song, she talks about, baby, I want to be every woman in your fantasy, so that he doesn't need or want anyone else. And until we're able to get to that place in our communication where we're actively discussing, because one thing that I know, women, you change over time.
We do.
What you like today, you may not like it in 30 days from now.
No, that's true.
But that's a conversation. I would never know that if you never tell me.
Yeah. I think that a woman, to keep her, is be her friend. To me, my experience, I believe that if anybody want to fall in love, you have to be friends first. Like when I meet a guy, I don't want the guy. Like when I go out, guys push up. They like short, thick, red bones, whatever, and they come hard. Oh, I give you the word. You don't even know me. You don't even know what type of woman I am. I like the man that observe and watch me first, and I see him observing me. Because now I'm watching you. Because I'm like, everybody in here on me except you. Hold up, what's going on? So now I'm peeping you as well. But that's what get my curiosity. I want you to learn me. I don't want you to look at my outer beauty. You know what I'm saying? Because you got my friend first and we get to know each other, you will see all my flaws naturally. You know what I'm saying? And it won't be no representative if you friends first. So that's the type of love that I would want for myself, is someone that we friends and we fall in love like that. Because anybody that's pushing up, they coming with their representative and vice versa.
No doubt.
I feel like if you need to talk to communicate with me, I am not the woman to come home and tell that you found another broad attractive. Get with your pastor or your homeboy. I am not the one. Because 3 minutes after you tell me this communication level, I'm packing your shit.
That is a problem.
Because at that point, you're already gone. You're already gone. When you bring that communication to me, that tells me as a woman, I was not enough.
No,
what is getting dry, the sex is stale, the head ain't good. It tells my mind several things. It tells me when you sit down with me, you might have tested the waters already. See, because that go back to that trust level.
So that's an interpretation.
If you don't have trust, there you go. If you don't have trust in that relationship.
You've heard the language before. You interpret it as that.
Hey,
but that's
I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I know if my man come home and say he found the girl at the job real attractive and she's fun.
Oh, Bob, yes.
A part of me would be jealous.
Well, you know what,
Aries, and I'm
ladies,
a fire sign, but I love the truth. I feel like if I could trust you and really express yourself to me,
who would you rather him talk to? Would you rather him?
But the truth is a beautiful thing.
Would you rather?
I'd rather the truth.
To you, or would you rather him talk to her? He's bringing it to you. He's bringing it to you. Yeah. I talked to a woman today who her husband brought something to her about what he wanted from their relationship. And he's been talking to her about it for months. Do you know what happened? I give you one guess what happened. One guess what happened.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Wait, so he
for me.
Hold on.
So she was upset?
No, you done made my earring fall off.
She did not agree with what he was asking for.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Okay, what was she asking? What was she asking for? Was it sexual?
It was something sexual.
Was it an extra party?
No, it wasn't an extra party.
Well, then I don't see what's the problem.
Okay, right, correct. However,
honey,
she saw it as a problem. And what do you think happened?
He went and got it from somewhere else.
He went and got it from
somewhere else. I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
That doesn't.
That's why his ass came back with.
There you go. My thing is, it was there.
To her first, his wife. He wanted to experience that with his wife.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
listen, everybody. But listen, even though she told him, he was wrong still.
Sorry,
I agree. He was wrong.
Sorry to cut you short, but
go ahead,
we're running out of time. We can do this next week. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Part 2. If everybody's in agreement,
I'll be back.
Yes, part 2.
I enjoyed myself, y'all. And we can rock this here thing out. Listen, click, share, subscribe. I thank everybody for tuning in tonight. I thank you all for coming through tonight. Let's do part 2 next week, and get this party rocking.
I see y'all.
It seems to me that the artist's struggle for his integrity is a kind of metaphor, must be considered as a metaphor for the struggle which is universal and daily of all human beings on the face of this terrifying globe to get to become human beings.